What's up, guys? Welcome to Chat with Will Grant. I'm super excited for you guys to all be here today. I'm actually going to be showing you some of my top breathing exercises that I do on a consistent, regular basis. And I'm going to be explaining when I use these, how I use these, and why I use these. I'm super grateful for everybody showing up today to learn a little bit more about breath and to unlock the powers of our breath. There are as many different ways to breathe as there is different foods to eat. And each different breathing pattern will actually activate or turn on something else. They're like little mini levers throughout our body that can turn things on, turn things off. I talk about so very often that we have thousands of different buttons and controls to our whole system, but we've lost the knowledge and the know-how to use all of these buttons and use all of these controls because of our modern day lifestyles of inside artificial lights, air conditioning, food, so many things in our sitting in chairs, so many things in our modern day lifestyle not only has taken away a lot of the powers with our breath, but it's not that hard to learn them back. As soon as we start connecting with our breath, we can begin connecting with ourselves, and we start to observe and learn how to manage everything from our thoughts, our moods, our emotions, our immune system, and we can even hack into our nervous system, which is before thought about as completely impossible. But from all the studies done from Wim Hof and the scientists studying him, he's proven that we can connect with our breath and literally hack into control of our buttons and controls. And this is what I'm here to teach you guys how to do. So many of the things in our life have really taken away a lot of our power and relinquished a lot of our power, of our health, of our happiness, of our mental and physical well-being. And just like the Native Americans knew for thousands of years, we have control over that ourselves, and everything that we need is already with inside here. So yeah, I'm super excited to show you guys just my top breathing exercises of the stuff that I'm using all the time on a consistent basis, and how and why. So the first thing, and the one that I use obviously the absolute most, is just becoming aware of my breath. To become aware of your breath is to become aware of yourself. And this is something that I use anytime I'm feeling stressed, anytime I'm feeling anxiety, every time I'm feeling overwhelmed or just not good. Literally every time that I'm noticing thoughts come up in my head that aren't serving me, that don't align with what I want in my life, I will just come back to my breath. And this is just breath awareness. And this becomes extremely powerful because all of our thoughts and our anxieties and our stress come from things in the past or being anxious about the future. When we bring ourselves back to our breath, we bring ourselves back to the right now, back into the present moment. And this is where we can begin creating and altering and pulling on those levers to feel the way that we want to feel. So any single time when you're noticing that stress or that anxiety or those thoughts, just stop for a minute. Just stop and connect with your breath. And you guys could do this with me right now. Just take a nice inhales through your nose, and then a nice long exhale. And just keep following that pattern of feeling those inhales come in and feeling that oxygen come out. And as your inhales, you could just focus on a little bit of expansion. And as your exhales, you can just focus on relaxing and surrendering into the moment. And you notice when you're noticing your breath, you're not thinking about your stress. You're not thinking about your anxiety. Your mind and your attention and your being is on your breath. And our breath is our doorway into everything that's going on. So that's how we instantly take control over our present stress or our present well-being, just by taking conscious control over our breath. And that little quick exercise is something I literally do all the time. Anytime I'm feeling stressed, anxious, I get bad news, or I get something that is making my mind go overactive, or even a negative thought, something inside of me saying that I'm not good enough, I'll just stop, know that's BS, and connect back with my breath. And the more I do that, the better I feel, the better and clear my understanding is of myself and of my environment in the right now, in the present moment. And that helps me best act and helps me best know what to do next in that present moment. So that's the first one. The next exercise is extremely important, and it is one of really the first steps of getting the most out of our breath. So many of us today are breathing through our mouth and through our chest, which is a panic breath, a literally telling pretty much every cell in our body to stress, to panic, to run from that tiger. And that's when we're these short, shallow breaths. And we can think of inhales as the inhale, you're compressing, you're bringing that tension into your heart, and then your exhales, you're exhaling and putting that blood into its cells, much like a wave coming in and then out. Okay. But so many of us are just breathing from our chest. So we're only getting about 25% or less out of our breath because our diaphragms are locked. And a huge reason that is because of the bad food that we're eating, because of we're constantly stress breathing, and because of constantly sitting on couches and sitting in chairs and sitting on driving and sitting on the computers, we kind of lock out our diaphragm. And that's when so much of our healthy breathing is coming from. So I'm going to show you this exercise, which is best done lying down. So I got to move my computer a little bit. Now you can do this exercise sitting up in the chair, but like I said, it's just best done lying down. Let me make sure that you can see my mat here. Okay. And if you're just starting and just wanting to start learning about breathing and just learning how to breathe better, this is definitely one of the first exercises that you want to play with to unlock your diaphragm. When we're breathing through our diaphragm, that's when we're really able to push that blood and oxygen throughout our whole entire body. And it's healthy breathing. We're going to be able to get so much more oxygen, so much nitric oxide. And when we're breathing through our stomach, we're wringing out all of our internal organs to get that blood, or that stagnant blood and inflammation out, to replace it with the good stuff. But belly breathing and unlocking our breathing will really be the first step to unlocking the potential within your breath. Okay, so, and the way to do this is, let me put this down a little bit. And the way to do this is you can use anything. You can use your hand, you can use a bean bag, you can use a weight. I have a weight here just for an extreme example, but you can still use your hand. And all you have to do is put something on your stomach and something on your chest, and you try to breathe just lifting the weight or the hand on your stomach without raising the hand on your chest. So, and usually through all of these exercises, pretty much besides the Wim Hof breathing, you want to be trying to breathe only through your nose. So you start here, you inhale and try to expand your whole stomach, and then a long exhale. Again. Good. And you can keep doing that and keep trying to raise that weight or hand on your stomach, and then exhale. And I'm going to keep talking you through this so I can show you guys, but just keep breathing in, only raising the hand on your stomach and then exhaling. And you could set a timer for about 3 to 5 minutes and really start to expand your stomach and unlock that belly. And you can even use your hand to press up on that and pressing in deep so you can add a little bit of resistance to expand that stomach, okay? And that is a super, super important exercise to get the most out of your breathing, because that's when you're gonna get the most oxygen in, as well as the most oxygen moved and circulated throughout your whole entire body, all right? And that's one that I highly recommend if you're first getting started with this breathing, to start doing that every single morning, just a few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, set that timer. And what that's gonna start doing is taking you into that doorway into all of your control centers and teaching you how to breathe most effectively and get in the most oxygen, and being able to use the most oxygen as well. All right. Now we're going to go on to the third type of breathing exercises, and it's just long exhales. Long exhales are the best for healing and for anti-aging. Okay. This is what's going to really push that blood and oxygen into all of your cells. Okay. And you could do this in 1,000,001 different ways by just extending your exhales. So the best and most frequent way that I like to do it is I'll take 3 to 5 second inhales, and then I will count 10 plus second exhales. And for example, I just sprained my ankle a couple weeks ago. This is something that I was doing a lot, and I was just laying down. I would elevate that part of my body. So if this is from to trying to hurry up a healing from an injury like your ankle or your knee, you can just elevate that spot. But you can heal from any sort of sickness or any sort of disease. This just ups your immune system, ups your or hacks into your nervous system, and literally puts your body into the repair, digest, and restore state. So you could use this if you feel like you're getting the cold, if you feel like you're getting the flu, or if you're just wanting to age slower. I've heard about stories from people going into the Himalayas, meeting with the Tibetan monks or the Tibetan monks, and literally doing this type of breathing, and then coming out and feeling like they gained 20 years of their life by going full blown into this breathing for like 5 years. But we don't have to go that extent. We could just do this and literally add years to our life by doing this type of breathing. And I will do 20-minute sessions of this. If I don't have a lot of time, I will do 5, 7, 10-minute sessions of this. And you don't have to raise up your feet, but it definitely helps to just keep that blood circulation going. But you can even do this sitting down in a meditation or a cross-legged position. And I will do this one with you guys. I'll do the first couple breaths with you so you can watch and see me do it. And then I want to talk you through just doing about a minute or two more of it. And this is going to feel really good. And this is going to really help you relax your whole system. Because to heal, your body really needs to be relaxed. All right. So I'm going to set up a little stopwatch so I know I'm not going to having you going too far. But so we're going to start. Ready? And just take a 3-second inhale. Go in. Okay. And then let's go 10 seconds out. Five seconds in. And then 10 seconds out. And then 5 seconds in. Focus on from the stomach. And then 10 seconds out. Nice and slow exhales. You notice your body feeling a little bit more relaxed. Keep exhaling, keep pushing it out. 9, 10, now 5 seconds in. And let's go at least 10 seconds out. Start exhaling. Just relaxing and surrendering into the moment. Try to relax the tension in your face, relax the tension in your feet, and that's 9, 10, keep holding it, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then out for 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep letting it go, letting it go. You're adding years to your life. 8, 9, 10. Keep pushing it out, keep pushing it out. Keep that mouth closed. Only through the nose. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep exhaling. 6, 7, 8. Keep that mouth closed. 9, 10. Keep exhaling and hold for as long as you can. That's just going to up that red blood cell production. That's going to up that nitric oxide. That's going to really teach your body how to absorb oxygen and to age slowly, really. And then inhale, and then just start breathing normally, in through the nose and out through the nose. And that is something that you could do anytime that you feel like you need to heal from something, that you need to process something, that you want to relax, or that you want to just activate your body's ability to repair, to digest. And yeah, it's one of the best and easiest tricks for anti-aging as well. So the fourth exercise is the one that most people probably see me doing the most, and that is the Wim Hof breathing. Now, this exercise is extremely powerful, okay? And this is really how you can dive into the depths of yourself and really begin to observe and really begin to understand yourself. And the more that you observe and understand yourself, the better that you will be able to manage yourself. As well as, this is one of the most powerful exercises to release a lot of our fear or trauma that may have happened in our lives in the younger age. We hold in all of that bad, negative stuff and fearful stuff that happened to us as a kid, or even in our early 20s, or just in our life. We hold in that toxic information into our bodies, into our survival centers. And to do deep, deep belly breathing like that just keeps that energy stirring, and we're able to release so much of that energy that'll really help us feel lighter, really help us dip into our best selves and really begin to understand ourselves on such a deep level. And pretty much what the Wim Hof breathing is 30 to 50 of the biggest inhales that you can possibly get. And you just want to, as much as you can, and then let it fall, and then all the way in, and then let it fall. And what that's going to do is it's going to push out all of that carbon dioxide, and it's going to really up your oxygen levels, and it's going to turn on all of the cells in your body. Because usually when we're breathing in that really fast, explosive way, we're telling our body to wake up, that look, it's time to fight, it's time to figure out what's going on. So you're going to be able to really feel all of your cells and all of your body and your mind waking up. And then after you do those 30 breath holds, this is the most important part, because if you just breathe deep like this, you're just going to stress out your system. But this is the money in the Wim Hof breathing, is actually the breath hold. So when you take in those 30 breaths, you might feel a little lightheaded, because remember, when you inhale, that tension is coming in, you're bringing in oxygen, but it takes those exhales to be able to absorb that oxygen. So you're actually getting less oxygen to your extremities, but you're tensing up your body. And this is when you exhale and you let it all go, and you just hold. And when you hold for as long as you can, that's when all of your chemistry and all of your gases and your physiology is going to help rebalance. Your oxygen levels will level out, as well as your carbon dioxide. And when your whole body's speaking like this, this is when you're really going to be able to observe. You're really going to be able to listen how you act in a stressful environment. When your situation is stressful, what does your body do? What does your mind do? And that's when you can sit and observe. Just be the observer, and you want to hold your breath for as long as you can. And that is where the money is. And the more you do this, the more that you will begin to understand yourself, and the more you will be able to really connect with yourself, to learn how to manage your many emotions and your stresses and all of the problems that you have in your life. When I began doing this all the time, I would just instantly notice where my mind would go when I was stressed. And I would and I was actually writing down what my breath hold times were, and I could get a really clear idea of where my mind would go when I wouldn't perform as well as where my mind would go when I would really get some good numbers. And it always came down to the more I could relax and surrender when that stress came and just observe is when I could act my best. But when that stress comes and we try to fight it, that's when we're just capable of so much less and we're not going to act in our most efficient way. So what we're going to do is that we could do one, or we could even do 2 rounds, and I would say 3 rounds is a full session. So the first round will essentially just get you right through that first monkey brain, that mental chatter, that always talking that we're always chattering inside our brains. And our first round is just really good at just getting past that. And our second round, we're able to really get this moment of stillness and get this moment of presence where we're able to really observe what the energies around us are happening and what's going on. And we're able to dip into a little deeper. But that third round, that's when it gets really powerful. That's when you get this stillness that you may have not experienced since you were a kid. And you're going to feel really good, and you're really going to be able to release a lot of that extra baggage. And you could even go 4 or 5. I've done up to 10 rounds before, and you just go deeper and deeper and deeper. So just like this exercise again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first few with you, and then I'm just going to really focus on talking you guys through this so you're going to get the most out of it. We're going to start with 30 of the deepest breaths we possibly can. So you want to fill up your whole stomach, fill up your whole chest, fill up everything you got, and then just release a nice sigh out, and then bring it right back in. All right, so let's get started. All the way in, all the way up, and then let it go. Again. Up, and then let it out. Keep on going. There's 5. Up, and then let it go. Bring it up as much as you possibly can, and then release. 7, up, and then out. 8. Now keep following that rhythm. 9. Good. All the way in. Give it everything you got. Keep going. Good. We're about halfway there. You might feel a little lightheaded. You might feel a little tingling. Just keep coming back to your breath and try to breathe into whatever you're feeling. The more you give this, the more you're going to get out of it. Okay, we're at about 20. So let's get 10 more of the deepest breaths you can possibly take in, and then just let it out. Really get it. There you go. Let's get 5 more, as big as you possibly can. Bring it all the way up, and then let it go. All the way in, and then let it out. 3 more of the biggest breaths you possibly can. Good, and then release. 1 more, up, and then let it out. And then just hold. Don't force, don't push, just relax. Surrender and be the observer. Just listen to what your body is trying to say, what it's speaking. Don't attach to anything. Just relax. You're going to be able to hold your breath longer than you've probably ever been able to hold your breath, because all of that carbon dioxide is out and you got all that oxygen in. So just relax, sit still, and enjoy. Enjoy those feelings. Keep relaxing more and more. Keep going, hold it, blow it out, squeezing your hands, squeezing your fingers, and then 1 big breath all the way in. Bring it all the way in, hold it, 10. Push it all up into your head, 9, 8, keep holding it, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let it all out. Relax. And let's do another round, all right? So keep all the way in. And just start breathing again. All the way in and letting go. Fully in and then relaxing out. There's 4, 5, keep going. Really focus on taking in as much oxygen as you can and then letting it go. This is when you're going to start feeling really good, and just observe. Let the mind take a break and just feel what you're feeling. Observe what comes up, and then just come back to your breath, breathing in as deep as you possibly can and then letting it fall. As deep as you possibly can and letting it fall. Good, we're about halfway there. We've got 30 more seconds of just deep breathing as much as you possibly can and then letting it go. Really focusing on filling up your whole entire stomach, filling up your whole entire chest, and then letting it go. And just keep following that rhythm. Really try to find a rhythm with your breath of pulling in as much oxygen as you can and then releasing. Let's get 3 more of the biggest breaths you can possibly take. Up, up, let it out. 2 more, all the way up, and release. Last one, up as far as you can, up, keep bringing it in, and then letting it go, let it all out, and hold. Be still and just observe. Find what feels good. Relax the tension in your face, relax the tension in your feet. Just relax into wherever you are right now. Just be the observer. Let the mind relax and just feel. No force. Just focus on feeling good and surrendering into that moment. Your pH level's up, you just over-oxygenated your whole entire body. You're going to be able to hold your breath longer than you probably ever have. You'll be able to hold your breath longer with each round. We're almost at a minute. Keep holding, keep holding. You can even squeeze your hands a little bit just to get a little bit more oxygen. Keep squeezing, keep holding, and then all the way in as soon as you can't hold your breath anymore. Take one big breath in, fill it all the way up, and hold for 15 seconds. Squeeze it all into your head. Bring that energy from your stomach all the way to your head. 5, 4, keep pushing. 3, 2, 1, and relax. It feels good, right? This is when, for me, this was one of the best feelings that I felt in years of just how I feel after a couple rounds of breathing. And if you're really, really tense throughout the day, and if you're really, really stressed and you have a really active monkey brain, the more you do this and the more rounds you do, the more you'll be able to get past that monkey brain and just feel and dip into your best self and dip into your truest, most natural self as well. And this is when you begin to really understand yourself. This is when you begin to really learn how to feel good. Because we're not just going to wake up and automatically feel good. Feeling good is a practice that we actually have to learn how to do. And when you're doing this Wim Hof breathing and when you're doing those breath holds, you're learning to let go. And the attachment that we attach onto things and moments and peoples and places and words and past experiences is what really holds us back from our truest, best self of being in the moment, being in the right now, and stepping our best foot forward. And the Wim Hof breathing has truly been one of the most life-changing things that I ever did in my life, because I was struggling with a lot of fear, a lot of trauma, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression from just tension, from experiences that happened to me from when I was a kid to just from years ago, from just injuries. And doing this breathing, I was able to release so much of that toxic buildup throughout my life and release so much of that trauma and that fear to where I just felt light. I just felt good. And I started to really learn how to feel good and what it takes for me to feel good. For the first time in my life, when I started doing this breathing, I was able to see myself from outside of myself. and to really be the observer of myself. And I got a really clear idea of all the things that I was doing in my life and the thoughts that I was having in my life that were holding me back and that weren't serving me. And I started to really narrow in on the stuff that was making me feel good and the stuff that I needed to really step into my best self. So yeah, I highly recommend tomorrow morning, try for the next 7 days to wake up every morning before you're grabbing your phone and do 3 rounds of this type of breathing, and let me know how you feel. Send me an email, send me a message, write me on Instagram, comment on YouTube. Let me know how you're feeling after doing just a few rounds of these, especially if you do them for 7 days straight, is when you're really going to start seeing some huge benefits. And the next one, I'm going to end with one last one that's very simple that you could do all the time just to gain control over your present being. So if you're laying in bed at night and your mind is just overactive, or if you're feeling stressed, or you just want to connect with yourself and connect with your being, this next one is just regular box breathing. Is really, really powerful. So you can do 5 seconds in, a 5 seconds hold, and then 5 seconds out, and then another 5-second hold. And this is gonna feel really good. It's just gonna connect you to yourself. It's gonna connect you to the moment, to your mind, to your body, and just have you feeling really good as well. So I can talk you guys through this one, and we'll do it for, let's do it for just a quick 2 minutes, okay? And then this is something that you'll be able to practice later on, and we can talk about a little bit after, and let me know how you guys feel. All right, so just start breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just go back to normal breathing through your nose, in through your nose and out through your nose. And notice how good you feel. Just be aware, be present with how you feel right now compared to maybe how you usually feel. You're probably gonna just feel almost a little bit extra aware of yourself, aware of your surroundings. You're feeling a little light, you're feeling probably pretty good. And this is an awesome trick that you can literally do anytime, anywhere, driving, before bed, waking up in the morning, just to connect with yourself and connect with your breath. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys know of anyone who maybe want to try some of these breathing exercises, don't be afraid, give this video a share. If you want to learn more about breathing and how to get the most out of your breath, I've actually been giving away my top 3 biggest breathing tips of where to start And I will leave a link of that in the description below. So if you want my top 3 tips on how to breathe better to feel better, just check out the link in the description below and you can get that. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you want to come and join me with more chats like this, just go over to chatwithwillgrant.com and reserve your spot for your next spot or for the next topic. Put some comments in below of some future topics that you want to have us talk about, or maybe some guests that you want us to have. And like always, I actually have a bunch of new exciting stuff going on my website right now. So you can check that out at www.thewillgrant.com. Thanks again for coming. I love you all, and I will see you guys next week. Later.